Hello everyone and welcome back to another. In today's video we are going to be trying out the nerfed Bird Floor 4 using the best team. So I want to go over the nerfs. There are, well, two. One of them affects phases 3 and 4, one of them only affects phase 3. The first one is the crit resistance has been lowered slightly to a point where it is noticeable Miguelda can crit a little bit more now. And then on phase 3 the other nerf is it's had 2 immortality stacks removed, which means it's slightly more killable. It's not that big of a difference, to be honest. The only difference is that it's still going to take you 3 turns to kill it at like the quickest, but you just have to play 2 less skills of said type. Said was it Power Strike, Amplify, and the Thought skills, or whatever it is. There may be more. That's the only that's the only lot I use. But yeah, onto the team. We've got attack related stat boost if everyone is the same race for the card set, which is the Dogs card set. For gear, attack crit, HP defense, attack crit. Everyone's got basically HP defense, but Shion, who has an attack crit link, she won't get targeted because of Merlin's here, so it's fine. But even if she does, it doesn't matter. She's got quite good damage reduction, quite good. No, she has just horrendous defense related stats, but she'll tank pretty well. And yeah, let's get on with it. Here we go. I've been farming Bird Floor 4 quite a bit recently, especially with the half stamina sort of thing and the double win sources and all that kind of stuff. I've just been auto farming. I had like 100 win sources. I'm now at like, I think like 60 or 70 something, which is pretty decent. I upgraded a bunch of relics. I'm now like on the grind of upgrading every relic in the game, which is, it's a slow grind, but it does give a GP point per relic, per different type of relic, not per person who owns that relic, which is a little bit irritating. Because if it was for everyone who owned the relic you got a GP point for, it'd be a lot better. But it isn't, unfortunately. Of course, as I'm making this video tomorrow, which is Wednesday for me, well, of course, Wednesday for everyone tomorrow, but we get, of course, the patch notes for whoever's coming next. Of course, it could be that new tier. I'm not going to say it is, but new tier is there, sort of thing. A model for a new tier outfit is there. So, I'm not going to say it isn't tier, but I'm also not going to be like, oh, it's 100% tier, because once again, there's a chance it isn't. It could just be a seasonal outfit, or it could just be an asset that they never reuse. We've had a lot of them in the past, where they've made an outfit for a character, and that outfit has either never come out, or, you know, a new variant of it has come out. We never know, really. Once again, it could be anything. They could be doing like what they did with, 4 Knights. So the initial, so Lance, when they released Lance, they released Nauseans 2 weeks later. They could be doing that with this as well. Well, I'm looking the best for cards at the moment, but we'll get through it. It's not too bad. This phase, the gimmick is on the second turn you have to play 3 level 2 skills, and they'll give you a shield, which is pretty broken, and you can only deal damage when you've got that shield up. In terms of, as you can see, my damage is really low at the moment. With the shield, your damage is significantly amplified, which is nice. What is not nice is that she's going to actually have to take the bleed damage, because there's nothing I can do about it. Actually, I can. I probably will. I don't want her taking the bleed damage. It's just kind of irritating to deal with. Yeah, I'll do this. So I was going to play the Thor skill and get Thor's ult, but I'll just play it next turn instead. And then I end up getting the ultimate for the turn where the shield is gone, and then Thor at 6/6 can guarantee a damage cap anyway, so it's not really too big of a problem. This phase is the only phase where I failed on, and it's just purely RNG based. No skill involved, you only fail this with RNG, which is a little bit painful. And as long as you think a turn ahead, you're fine. There we go, Merlin's tanking nicely. She will have the shield broken. There we go. There's only one time I've had it where her shield didn't break. And I've done this a lot recently, and there's only one time that shield is not broken. Hopefully they can do 60% together, so Merlin will do a decent amount and heal herself, which is the reason why I popped the ultimate, is for the HP related stats for Merlin. Shion does good damage, and then that leaves us with a little bit of health remaining, which is good, because it means we can get rid of all the skills that are going to be useless, which is basically just Shion's ult, and then the Merlin Flood AoE skill. So this skill is the only skill I have used, Merlin's Flood Infect AoE, which has given the bird more immortality stacks. Just don't use it against phase 3 and you'll be fine. You won't have to deal with the insane amount of immortality stacks. He gains 2, so normally it loses 1 when you play a skill. If you play a bad skill, it gains 2 instead of losing 1. And Merlin's Infect AoE is one of those bad skills. I don't know why. I'm not sure if it's because it's got Flood on it, or the fact it's got Infect. I don't really know, and I couldn't really tell you, even if I wanted to, because I don't even know. We're having really unlucky RNG here with the Magelda cleanses. There we go, no one's critting either because it's got no buffs. There we go, that's more like it. As long as Merlin lives, I can do this. Oh, cleanse, lovely. I will use that probably this turn. Just because her HP is getting kind of low. And I kind of want to heal with her. I just don't want her dying on me. So I'll do this, pop this, pop this. See if we can get Miguel to crit. So she can crit, I've seen her crit quite a bit. But I do feel like she does need the sort of the all-stat boost from her own passive, as well as the crit chance boost from Shion. How much did Merlin heal? Not as much as I would have liked, but it's okay. We have a lot of good skills, so as long as I keep these Thor skills, I should be fine. In terms of for next phase, we can just nuke it with this. Okay, it's going to disable Shion, which is probably the one I didn't really want it to disable. Thankfully, we have a Merlin skill, which we'll play here. Get rid of this. Get rid of this skill. It's going to be useful for useless for next phase. There we go. We kill here. 420k whilst disabled is kind of insane. And then we're on to the final phase now, which is very, very, very easy. So, and yeah, and I win. I always like to keep Thor's ult to guarantee having a Thor buff. And then the first buff it gets is a defense buff here, which is a lot of defense. It is 100% defense related stats. Second buff is 50% HP related stats. And the final buff is 50% attack related stats. If you get, once again, I like to store Thor skills unless I really need them for the third phase, so it makes it much easier. And there we go. And we got a lot more feathers. I'm saving up feathers mainly because I just don't have the triangles to upgrade relics. Also, I'm going to keep 40 for the collaboration relics because the collab is in about 2 and a bit weeks time. And yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.